In preparing for battle, I have always found that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he wants to do it. A people that values its privileges above its principles soon loses both. Plans are nothing, planning is everything. The supreme quality for leadership is unquestionably integrity. Without it, no real success is possible, no matter whether it is on a section gang, a football field, in an army, or in an office. If you want total security, go to prison. There you're fed, clothed, given medical care and so on. The only thing lacking is freedom. Motivation is the art of getting people to do what you want them to do because they want to do it. Farming looks mighty easy when your plow is a pencil and you're 1,000 miles from the corn field. This world of ours must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate, and be, instead, a proud confederation of mutual trust and respect. Peace and justice are two sides of the same coin. Neither a wise man nor a brave man lies down on the tracks of history to wait for the train of the future to run over him. I hate war as only a soldier who has lived it can, only as one who has seen its brutality, its futility, its stupidity. What counts is not necessarily the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. There is no glory in battle worth the blood it costs. Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired, signifies in the final sense a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and are not clothed. You don't lead by hitting people over the head, that's assault, not leadership. If a problem cannot be solved, enlarge it. Politics ought to be the part-time profession of every citizen who would protect the rights and privileges of free people and who would preserve what is good and fruitful in our national heritage. There's no tragedy in life like the death of a child. Things never get back to the way they were. An intellectual is a man who takes more words than necessary to tell more than he knows. Pessimism never won any battle. History does not long entrust the care of freedom to the weak or the timid. When you put on a uniform, there are certain inhibitions that you accept. Any man who wants to be president is either an egomaniac or crazy. Pull the string, and it will follow wherever you wish. Push it, and it will go nowhere at all. If men can develop weapons that are so terrifying as to make the thought of global war include almost a sentence for suicide, you would think that man's intelligence and his comprehension would include also his ability to find a peaceful solution. The clearest way to show what the rule of law means to us in everyday life is to recall what has happened when there is no rule of law. We are going to have peace even if we have to fight for it. Humility must always be the portion of any man who receives acclaim earned in the blood of his followers and the sacrifices of his friends. Things are more like they are now than they ever were before. May we never confuse honest dissent with disloyal subversion. There is no victory at bargain basement prices. Only strength can cooperate. Weakness can only beg. Should any political party attempt to abolish Social Security, unemployment insurance, and eliminate labor laws and farm programs, you would not hear of that party again in our political history. I think that people want peace so much that one of these days government had better get out of their way and let them have it. Though force can protect in emergency, only justice, fairness, consideration and cooperation can finally lead men to the dawn of eternal peace. War settles nothing. An atheist is a man who watches a Notre Dame, Southern Methodist University game and doesn't care who wins. The history of free men is never really written by chance but by choice, their choice. You have a row of dominoes set up, you knock over the first one, and what will happen to the last one is that it will go over very quickly. Some people wanted champagne and caviar when they should have had beer and hot dogs. I despise people who go to the gutter on either the right or the left and hurl rocks at those in the center. The problem in defense is how far you can go without destroying from within what you are trying to defend from without. If the United Nations once admits that international disputes can be settled by using force, then we will have destroyed the foundation of the organization and our best hope of establishing a world order. The best morale exists when you never hear the word mentioned. When you hear a lot of talk about it, it's usually lousy. The older I get, the more wisdom I find in the ancient rule of taking first things first, a process which often reduces the most complex human problem to a manageable proportion. We will bankrupt ourselves in the vain search for absolute security. Only our individual faith in freedom can keep us free. Things have never been more like the way they are today in history. Don't join the book burners. Do not think you are going to conceal thoughts by concealing evidence that they ever existed. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.